vlogging time. Is you ready? Because it's about to get really, really exciting up in here. Oh yeah. We had decent weather. Oh my god. Well, okay, no, we had it like last week as well, but this was like beautiful summer style weather. It was like 26 degrees and I was like, right, I have got loads of things that I need to do by the end of this weekend. And oh, let me tell you, I did it. I am like the queen of organization at this point, because honestly, I have no idea how I managed to do as much as I did. But I'm glad that I did it. Anywho, preface over. So, what did I do? So on Friday, I went to an Airbnb to stay overnight because we booked a cruise, me and my friend Rico, to go on like the tour of the Statue of Liberty in Ellis Island. But the thing with that is that we had to leave at like 9 AM, so we had to kind of plan that in advance. And because the transport system here sucks, I basically was like, okay, Airbnb time is like the best way to deal with it. So that's what we did. We got the Airbnb, and yeah, it was okay. The Airbnb host was like really nice, but we ended up going to bed at like 1 o'clock, so I only had about 5 hours of sleep. And once you see the amount of things that I did over the weekend, you'll wonder exactly how I did it, because I'm not entirely sure myself. Saturday was the cruises and the cycling around Central Park. So, first of all, we actually kind of had to walk to Battery Park first off, and we passed McDonald's on the way, and I was like, hey, why not get McDonald's breakfast in America? So I did, and I got a McGriddle, and yes, they are the best thing I've ever eaten. 2 pancakes, egg, cheese, just squished together in like a paper of deliciousness. It was so delicious. And I also got a tea. McDonald's tea here is actually not that bad, so that was good to know if I ever need tea again. Yeah, we kind of got that en route, went to Battery Park, where I kind of, yeah, I like learnt a little bit about the place, because basically we ended up getting the 9:30 ferry, because I don't actually know what happened, but yeah, we got the 9:30 ferry, which is still pretty decent. Yeah, and so we basically waited in the park for about half an hour, which is fine because the weather was beautiful, and we were like, this is okay, we've got this. And so yeah, I like read about what Battery Park used to be. So it used to be a fort during the American Revolution, and that was interesting to note. They also had like some of the original rock there, and it was just kind of nice to try and imagine exactly how it was during the American Revolution, because it's really interesting when you try to imagine like how the fort was built and how high and how effective it was as a fort. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, then we got on the cruise. Oh my god, it was so packed, so busy. But I'm so glad we got the 9 o'clock one, because when we got off the ferry, literally the line went from one end of the park to the other. Just people waiting in the line to get the ferry, and I was like, oh god. So yeah, pre-12 o'clock, that's when you should go and do all the actual touristy stuff, because no tourists will be there. Just a heads up for you, so that you know from now on. What else did I do? Yeah, so we went to Liberty Island, and there was like an audio tour that was kind of happening as well, like along Ellis Island and along Liberty Island. So that was like really nice. And Mayuko, because she'd been to Liberty Island before, she knew that Liberty Island had like the best lemonade, and so we got lemonade, and it came in like this really cute cup, which was like fashioned to look like the torch that Lady Liberty carries, which is like really sweet. And so I have a souvenir from the Statue of Liberty, and I only paid $5 for it, so smart thinking there. It's actually thanks to Sarah, because she told me about how she went to Kinky Boots and she got like a Kinky Boots drink cup thing, and so I was like, huh, if I can do that with Liberty Island, might as well, you know. Oh, another really cool thing that I learned about the Statue of Liberty is, you know the plaque that she's holding? Yeah, it says July the 4th, 1776 on it, which I just found amazing. That, like, yeah, the relevance of that particular date was just something that, you know, is like well known, and it's just, yeah, that was really cool. I basically had a lot of interesting moments happen on Liberty Island. Then we got back on the cruise. to head to Ellis Island, which was basically where the immigration portal kind of happened. And yeah, we got to experience what it was like to be an immigrant at the time, because we went through like the original sort of room and route to like work out, to like go through all the different phases of the thing. And yeah, it's intense. I can only imagine how scared the immigrants must have been when they first came here, but it was an amazing experience. So I'd highly recommend doing the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island if you can, because I learned so much about it. And considering one of my classes is on immigration, it kind of makes sense to like learn about it and try and understand how and why these things have happened and how they kind of were processed back in the day. Also on Ellis Island, there's a thing that you can do to like work out if you could be a citizen of America, like if you wanted to be. I can be, should I wish to be. I don't really know if I will though. I'm still kind of working out if I will actually miss this place or not, because like, I don't know, I don't feel awfully attached to America at the moment. But you know what, that may change. I still have like a month to go here, so lots of things can happen in a month. And the second half of Saturday consisted of me going to Central Park. I hired out a bicycle with my Yuko again, and we basically cycled around the entirety of Central Park. I don't even know how much cycling I did, but it was the best experience ever. There were like 15 different attractions within Central Park itself, and I'm really glad I got to cycle around it to like see everything, because you know, they all had their charms and they all had their like quirks and things that I loved about them. Also, cherry blossoms. They're a thing here apparently, but like that was like really wonderful. One thing that is kind of really shocking about the whole cycling thing is I forgot to stretch. So basically by the end of it, my muscles, like apparently there are places on my body where I didn't know muscle existed until it started hurting. So I was basically in pain by the end of the time there, but you know what? It was worth it. I had fun. And then I met up with my friend Sarah, and we went to a restaurant to just go and have some dinner, because I hadn't seen her like all day, and I didn't see her last week either, and so we were just catching up, which is like really nice. And she actually let me stay overnight, so yeah, I'm glad I have friends like that. This is why you need friends in your life, to tell you to just chill, sleep, and work everything out the next day, because I feel like I do way too much stuff and not enough time. There's not enough time for me to do it in, because I feel like I have so much stuff that I want to do, but not enough time to do it in, and so I'm like kind of trying to work out like whether I should do this, that, or the other. And then I've got friends to just kind of go, you can do this another time, this you can do when you come back to America, you're okay, you've got this, you're fine. And yeah, so friends, they're important. That's why I needed them. That's why I'm so glad that I have them now. But yeah, that was Saturday. Beautiful weather. Also, ice cream. I got ice cream from this place in Greenwich Village, and it was delicious. I'm not even joking. So it had like a vanilla cone, and then it had like, it was covered in chocolate, and then chocolate syrup, and then there were like sea salt bits, and it was like, and then you had like crunchy, there were like crunchy chocolate things as well, and oh my god, it was called the Salty Pimp, and it was the best thing I'd like ever eaten in that day, in that moment. Like, oh my god, it tasted amazing. And like, because my Yuko had already been there, she was the one that suggested it to me, so I was like, alright, I'll get that. And I'm so glad I did. Oof. Definitely need to check out Greenwich Village if you come here as well. Sunday consisted of me waking up at around 10ish, because I was really, really tired. I had about 9 hours of sleep straight at Sarah's place because of how tired I was. I didn't realise until after I'd like closed my eyes and actually, you know, had a proper rest. But I basically did work. Then I went to a bakery place with my Yuko and Sarah. We went to go and have cakes and pastries for like for brunch, and it was really good. I think the highlight was probably the sweet pea pastry. Well, okay, it wasn't necessarily the highlight, but that was like the newest thing that I tried, because I'd never had sweet pea before at that moment, and so Yeah, it tasted really good. I was expecting it to not be as sweet as it was, but it was, and it was just, I don't know. My taste buds were confused, but they liked it anyway, and I'm like, cool, that's that then. I also tried honey garlic bread, which was really good. Sarah really loved that too. So yeah, we had loads of interesting new things. Like, I love trying new foods, so that was like a nice place to go to like check things out. And then afterwards I met up with my friend Juliet, and we went to this place called the Cloisters.